It's Sunday. Is this thing on? Testing. I win, says Respect. You do win. Again. You win most of the time. Yes, it's on. Oh, it's on. Sunday Scaries is on. How was your Sunday? It's getting kind of late now. I want to do the grandma character, but I think that's another night. Gonna let my throat rest a little bit. Marshmallow, hello again. Hi. Says he doesn't win most of the time. Oh, little rivalry. Respect said it was good, so I'm gonna say some off shit quick. Okay. Yo, I made it early. Brandon, hello again. Intentionally lost is I scared it right now. I'm sorry. Did that increase or decrease your terror? Mars, oh, JK, JK. You two are cute. So we have the shirt to hold the mic for now, you know? Mars says, I'm going to beat you next time, Respect. It's a quick draw test. Brandon says, how was your day, handsome? It was pretty good, man. It was busy. We did a workout stream earlier. Got a little pump on. Then I did some work. Then I did some personal training. And then I did some more work. And here we are. All Respect is waving to Brandon. Intentional loss has good color on you. Thank you. It matches my eyes, kind of. A few spots in my eyes. Respect says, I'll pin you down, Mars. He will. He's been pinning all sorts of farm animals for God knows how long. Mars says, anyway, to revert back to type, Glenn Powell. Oh. You'll have to catch me first, Respect. Brandon's giving the peace sign. Okay, where's Glenn Powell? He's towards this side. Okay, let's just bring Glenn up here. Okay, Glenn Powell. 24. Pretty serious. How's everyone doing? I debated getting the drum out. Maybe we will. I don't know. To scare away the specters that we summon. Right? Should I put some music on? I don't know. Do we have scary stories? It's only been a couple minutes, so maybe we should wait a little bit for everyone to dance on in. Intentionally Lost says, I opened the stream at work and didn't feel like explaining the shirtless grunting guy talking about getting a great pump. Look, is it safe for work? Not if you include audio. Gaga says, hey, guess what? What, you did 800 push-ups in a row, Kage? Respect says, did you get your PC? Respect says, story time. Okay. I'm going to type it out now. This all occurred right after you ended the stream earlier. Oh, shit. Okay. So a random car drove down my private road that I own. I was in the truck in the shop and watched. He's typing. He's a cowboy. So maybe his calluses don't register all the time. I know for me, sometimes for the really thick calluses, it won't. Kage says, I'm talking to you from the PC. Oh, shit. Yeah, I found out it's a PC and not a laptop. Ooh. I have a laptop, but honestly, like, I kind of wish I had the tower for extra cooling, you know what I mean? Because it's warm and this thing gets like pretty hot. So, it's fine, but it's just a little thing, you know. I worry about it. Respect says, I watched the Fiat pull up to my shop and shut off. Then I jumped out of the truck and walked into the driveway and asked the guy if he was okay. He then asked me back the same question. Turns out I know him for 4 years now. Well, why is he checking on you after 4 years? You know what I mean? Yuval says, I missed you like the calluses on my hands. I've got calluses on my hands. Okay. Respect says his hair grew out and I was very confused. Oh. The hair can sometimes make the man. Dennis says, Sensei, Jason Statham. Ooh, I don't know if Jason Statham's on the big board currently. No. But we haven't had a vote for Indiana Bones in a few streams, so I think we'll replace it. Kage says, anyway, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I've been working like a dog this weekend, but you know, labor of love. So, you know, it's been all right. Yuval says, wait, how long have you been on? 7 minutes, but I was on earlier today. I did a workout. Jason Statham. Okay. Okay. Jason Statham. Ooh, nice. Okay. Let's replace. Come here. Let's replace Indiana Bones. Love that. These are all tracked, so, you know, it's fine. Okay. Now, Jason Statham. 13. I don't know how we do it. Something like that. I'm Jason Statham. The Queen's in trouble. Right? Respect says, well, I met him on the binder originally. He is from a different country. Oh, he's only here for summer on a work visa. Ooh. Summer loving happens so fast. I gotta stop singing. Kage says, I'll be able to send messages and reply to stuff a lot faster now. Ooh, yeah. And everything faster, right? Game, stream. Respect says, every year he randomly comes to the farm to see me. That's cool. I mean, you know, it'd be better if he was like a little recognizable. So you don't think it's just some random dude like coming up on your property, you know? All right. Respect started us off. What's that? What does that emoji mean? I'm so old. Buys and tries, brah. Mad King, it's 3:45 a.m. Damn. I'm debating driving to McDonald's because I'm starving. Should I do it or should I eat something boring we've got downstairs? How's that going to sit on your stomach when you got to go to theoretical work tomorrow morning, right? I mean, it's like sometimes when it's late, it's way more tempting to do the fast food. Sometimes I'll like if I know I'm gonna do fast food, I will like. Sometimes I'll save it for like the end of the day or something. So but I can digest it pretty easy. I don't know what that means, Josh. Ah, I need to. I've been speaking really loudly, so it's been taking my throat out. Bison Try says, I'm a man of leisure. I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm also bulking and haven't hit my calories for the day yet. Then in that scenario, yeah, I would say yes. I would almost recommend it. I mean, assuming the crazies aren't out. The Sunday crazies is a different stream. Elements says, how do you cope with the Sunday scaries? We do it together, okay? Because I've been doing it alone for so long. Respect says, I know it's him because of his ink. Ooh, the Jerry Curl Bob caught me by surprise. I told him immediately to cut the hair. I'm just too blunt. I apologized after. Well, and if you're good friends, then, probably understands. Josh says, I meant to say F McDonald's. Okay, well, fuck McDonald's. The quality has gone down significantly, I feel like. Kage says, my hair was red and now it's pink. Oh, I took a shower and red doesn't stick very well. Yeah, I had friends, particularly in high school and college, that would dye their hair a lot. But a lot of times it wouldn't last that long. And so it was such a process. And I was always like, how did it, because they would try and maintain it, significantly. So Brandon says, I'm back. Sorry I had to roll up really quick. Ooh. Roll up to the spot. Chris says, Kyle, did you take attendance already? Not yet. Respect and tell a story, but it wasn't so much scary as surprising. She screams, Jomar says, what's up, Bald? What's up? Is my guard. Okay. I'd go for the actual technique. I'm too tired. I'm wiped. Okay. How many votes for Andrew Tate? Ooh, let's see. We are at 1750. I've been going back through some of the lives, and I caught a couple more votes for egg, so we're actually up to 28. Brandon says, "Oh, are we supposed to be telling the stories in the chat?" Well, I have a book. It's not a book. I don't know if it's a book of scary stories. It's Edgar Allan Poe. I can read that, or I can find scary stories, I suppose, and read them, depending on the source. I'd have to cite it, but if you have scary stories, I would love to read them to everyone. Chris says, "Where's Grandma?" My throat can't take doing the grandma voice yet. I got to let it rest a little bit. So double stream is definitely hard. I'm still adjusting. I've been projecting, and now I don't really have to. So it's it's super nice, but I'm still a little dry. I did a bunch of stuff earlier. I did a personal training session, and did a lot of talking. So Grandma's coming. Trust me. I'm fully prepared. Kage says, add 2 more for Andrew for me midnight. Okay. Boosting those numbers. 52. Thank you very much. I could put I have the accoutrement. I could do it. I mean, if we want to get crazy. Brandon says, well, I have lots of scary hospital stories. I mean, if you want to tell those stories, you can. This is, if you want more like, because look, I've had plenty of experiences. Been to the ER more times than I'd like. But this originated with like ghost stories and aliens and sort of a X-Files kind of show. Respect says he immediately got inappropriate. I've been drinking, so I did not resist. He left now, and I'm left here to ponder about what happened. I'm glad I have a security camera system to reflect. Hey, look, you step on the property. You signed that waiver, right? Brandon says, I've had 33 reconstructed knee surgeries. Oh my God. I was in the hospital for a year and 7 months. I have lots of stories. Oh my God, Brandon. I've even woken up on the operating table 4 different times. Oh, that's scary as fuck. Because then you don't want to scare them because they're operating, like, oh, Brandon. Oh, baby boy. Oof, I don't know if I can show that. Chris has got his sunglasses on. Can you hear that? Respect says, wow, Brandon, that sucks. Lots of jokes about the knees, but I'll stay clear of them. Brandon says, and that's why we are friends, Respect. Kaga says, all right, well, I'm going to go back to watching my movie, but I'll hop on your stream on my phone. Well, I'm sorry. I appreciate you stopping by, Feel free to pop in and out. You don't have to, well, you don't have to do anything, okay? You're the master of your fate, so you do whatever you want to. I appreciate you, Kage. You and Midnight. Tell her I say hello. Maybe she can hear me. Oh, Respect says, let's just hope you have a hot male nurse to sponge bathe you, Brandon. Well, you never get to pick, right? Well, I mean, in that amount of time, I got to imagine you had a number of attendants, let's call them, royal attendants, because you refused to bend the knee, right? That's a lot, Brandon. Oh, I most definitely did. Andy says your shirt is on. That's true. That's true. And we missed you the last couple of streams, Andy. I think we did like at least a couple workouts. Skill tree busy bee says that's something we all agree on. That my shirt's on. Chris says, did you model the outfit? I have. I didn't do a 360. It's Andy. It's okay. It's okay. If anything, I'm going to do more streams. So we're rocking the linen sort of capris. I've got this, Okay. I don't know how to. Teach me how to model. Teach me how to model. Respect says, being a male, I would refuse the woman to be able to see or touch me that way. Savastano says, bro, looks like a fake Andrew Tate. I do, don't I? Top G. Have you eaten dinner yet? I haven't, Brandon. You're always on top of my eating. I'm so not on top of my eating. Actually, Ola Soy gets me on it. Respect gets me on it. I have not. I'm still debating on what to do. I already had my Kyle meal, which is ground beef, sweet potatoes, some carrots. And he says, and I bet he's wearing shoes. Never. I try not to, as much as possible. Nice breezy look. It is, you know. It's pretty good. It adds so much height to my head, which is already so tall. That green looks good on you. Thank you. It's my favorite. What is this, like Viridian or something like that? I mean, you guys have seen a theme. I think I look good in brown as well. I have a little brown something or other I'll be putting on for a different, character. Not even really a character. It's just, I just have a brown version of something I've worn. Skill Tree Busy Bee says some people need more cowbell, while others need more animal print. What do you need more of? I need more of jam. If you want a jam. Hi, Jam. How are you? It's good to see you. Sunday Scaries. Brandon told us a scary story about his life and the unbelievable number of operations. That's so much time in the hospital. Oh my God. Brandon says, I made oven roasted potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Then I did rosemary lamb chops with a knockoff Outback Steakhouse Cabernet sauce with a salad. Ooh. Oh. That's good. Respects waving to Jam. Brandon says, come over and I'll fix you a plate. Oh, I know. I don't doubt for a second, baby. Chris says, hello, Jam. Jam. Chicken bark on your sock. Says hello. If you want a jam. What is it? I need to stop singing the songs on stream. But we're doing Sunday Scaries. So whether you have a scary story or if you're just scared of the impending work week, which I very much am, deep Sunday Scaries. Scary stories, yay. Too bad I'm high already. I don't know how talkative I'll be. I'll try. Do you see me, Jan? Buys and Tries says, the idea of you sitting and watching through hour-longs previous streams to see whether you missed any eggs and then adding them to your board is hilarious. It's not why I'm doing it, but I just happened to catch them. So I'm just finishing up a few things before things escalate. Respect says, we need to file a missing lady report for Meg. For Meg Peg. I'm worried the daily jokes are backed up. I was just thinking the same thing, I mean, we've had some very good jokes, okay? Bars had a fuck ton a stream or two ago. But, I do miss her. Her jokes really kind of ride the line of, ZCV says, love your workout videos. Such a beautiful, sexy dude. Well, now that I found my microphone again, the audio will be a lot better. At least that's what everyone's saying. So it's the one from earlier today. I don't know if it's uploaded yet. It takes a little bit of time. But thank you, ZCV. That's why I do them. Brandon says, I'm scared these next 3 weeks because here in Florida, it's the start of hurricane season. Oh, God. Why did we have to, like, I get it, like, it's awesome to live, on a coast, but why did we have to build up such huge centers of population in the worst places meteorologically, like I, I just can't imagine living in a place where like a hurricane or a monsoon or something like that was like just sort of something that you expect, like, sometime during the year. That's wild. Oh, James says, okay, I have one. One time I'll try and wait. There aren't a lot of comments right now, so I'll try and wait for your next one so I can read it all at once. Chris says, agreed. You were on fire earlier. Great stuff. That's one of my whimsical, I'm pleased with myself noises, is a bee buzz. You guys are so supportive. I'm going to pre-read Jam's story. Oh, here we go. Okay. One time, I was waiting for my sister at one of the cattle gates, like a mile from the house or any other neighbors. It was dark out, and I was just chilling in my car. I heard what sounded like footsteps through the tall grass coming up to the car, then just stopped. I looked with my flashlight outside, and nobody was there. No animals, no noise of anything walking or running away. I was spooked. Oh, you're baked, all right? I have this, okay, which is backwards for you. I don't know if this is really scary, and a lot of these are kind of long. It's a lot of talking and not chatting. Some of these are short. I don't know all of these, though. The narrator voice, I love it. Hey, man, it was scary in the moment. Oh, Jam, I'd be scared, like, chupacabras? I don't know. Some sort of crazy-ass rabbit coyote hybrid? I don't know. Chris says, Jam, you didn't call your stepdad? You gotta call a guy that looks like Kyle. Okay. I don't know how your stepdad feels about like cryptids because I'm very pro cryptid. Like I will take the side of a cryptid. Will I sacrifice you to a cryptid? Ooh. Depends on the stakes, to be fully transparent with you. If we're talking full interdimensional tentacle powers, telekinesis, and fucking, I'd be worried. But anything short of that, it's going to be a lot. That's a lot. And that's followed with respects, prayer. I pray for food, water, shelter, guidance, and protection for everyone on this beautiful planet. I'll be here listening, but I'm out of chat. Good night, everyone. The stranger theme was key. Thank you, respect. Jam says, my mom and stepdad live on the mainland. I was alone on an island. I did grab the machete I keep in my car. That's just the most fun way to say it. I'm sorry. It's just way more fun. Machete. That's like saying quizadilla to me. I don't know. Brandon says, I'm not baked yet, but I'm baking right now. Ding. Jam says, good night, respect. Respect says, bye, Jam. Chris says, night, respect. Bye, Brandon. Good night. Bye, Chris. Good night. Farewell. Wait a little bit. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Good. Can you hear me when I sing like that? So it opens up a lot of shit because I don't even have the throat to sing, and we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mo. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to read some of the titles of these stories. Kyle, how do you stay cool in the heat? My place is cheap as hell, so I don't have AC, unfortunately. But you know, a lot of it is strategic window timing. So leaving them open later in the day and stuff. Um, I don't, and like, I only recently started using things like ice in my drinks because it does not cross my mind to like ingest cold beverages, you know? So maybe it's all the protein shakes too. The businessman, the man in the crowd, a descent into the maelstrom. Never bet the devil your head. Well, again, depending. I'm not going to tell. That's Edgar Allan Poe's stance, not necessarily mine. Please tell backyard country boy Dilly did it. What? Smoked Cowboy says, is this channel LGBTQ plus friendly? Very, very friendly, my friend. Brandon says, what's the lowest note you can hit? I don't know. I think probably that. A lot of messages held for review. Bass Rocky spams puke emojis, poop emojis, thumbs down emojis. Puke. Look, I support YouTube bringing back the dislike button, okay? It's very important. Okay, did it again. If you keep spamming, we ban for spam. You're doing it. You're spamming. Okay. Captain Caveman says, the human possum. I love that. Okay. Yeah, it's all spam. Ricky says, what are you reading? The titles of stories in the Edgar Allan Poe Selected Works collection. The complete short stories. The narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, The Raven, and other poems. Okay, this is all that spam guy, but those will get removed. Brandon says, you spelled possum wrong. Technically true. Captain says, we take the O out because he's part human. Part, a very small part. It's dominant possum DNA, right? Okay, hold on. Let's. There we go. That feels right. Okay. Jam says, what even seems scary to you guys? Like supernatural unexplained stuff or IRL fear, like trying to escape from a burning town? That would be legitimate frightening, but that's not like spooky. Yeah, I prefer spooky. Like, I love supernatural unexplained though. And again, like, if you told me there was a Wendigo, I would try and make a deal with the Wendigo to become one. Ricky says, take more discipline. What do you mean, take or talk more discipline? Do you need help with your discipline, Ricky? Brandon says, I had a supernatural experience when I was in the hospital. I mean, Sunday scaries. If Brandon, never share something you don't want to. But if you'd like to, fire away. Captain Caveman says, have you ever seen the shadow figure in your dreams? The shadow figure. I don't think so. My dreams are very vivid. And even if I don't know who it is, it usually looks like, I can see their features. Yeah. I almost always can fly in my dreams. Almost always. Ricky Valencio Jr. The second. Have you ever seen the shadow figure in your dreams, Captain Caveman? Tyshawn says Jesus saves. Hello, Tyshawn. How are you? Hi. We're doing Sunday Scary Stories. So if you had a crazy experience, something scare you, never under pressure, says Big Papa Kyle. Daddy's home. Jam says, so in Hawaii, there's the story of the Night Marchers. They were King Kamehameha's army, who were said to still walk the king's trail at night. Dope. There was a section of it on our property growing up. Jack says, you make some good music, Moby. Yeah. Chris says, are you afraid of bugs? No, not really. I let spiders go. They're friends. They live rent free. That's okay, because they take care of bugs. They like to eat the bugs. Never Under Pressure says, happy Sunday, Sheen and Tate. Okay. Thank you. Hold on. Okay, we got to put Moby on the board. That was a 3, right? Okay. 1754. Okay, and we need to get Moby on here. So Carl Pilkington hasn't had a vote in a couple days, so that's where we'll make some room. Okay. Moby. Jam says, always told if we heard them coming to lay flat face down on the ground. Oh, that is scary. Mara says, I see Maryland. I see France. I see your underpants. I don't think you do. Press X to doubt. Okay. I got to look up the full tally for Moby. It'll just be a moment. Okay. Eyes up here for now. Jack Crow says West Virginia has Mothman. That's true. I love the Mothman. Would I serve the Mothman? Yes. Yeah, pretty quickly, actually. Okay, what are we looking for? Moby. Ooh, okay. Brandon says, okay, so I was in the hospital and I was waking up in the ICU from one of my surgeries. Okay. Yes. Your vote number 14. KP says, good evening, my buddy, Mr. Kyle. Good evening, KP. It's good to see you. KP says, if someone tells me they believe in Wendigos, Bigfoot, Loch Ness, etc., I'd say they have a wild imagination. Oh, sure, of course. KP, I can simultaneously live in a reality where I understand that, like, we would have found the Loch Ness by now, right? But on the off chance that Wendigos are real, okay, I want to leave that door open just in case, okay? Because I don't want to miss an opportunity, that I would regret later on. Jam says, because if you look at them, they would kill you. What? Jam. That's crazy. I'd be so tempted to look, though, but I'd be terrified. What if looking somehow gives you the sight, Brandon says, I had one of my favorite nurses. Her name was Tina. She was doing her normal nursery duties and doing her rounds with all of her patients, making sure they had their medication. Never Under Pressure says, Kyle, I love you. I love you too. Brandon says, well, I was waking up and next to my bed there were 2 chairs in the room. In one chair was sitting my grandmother and the other chair was sitting my aunt. My aunt didn't say anything to me. She just kept praying, had a rosary in her hand. My grandmother kept telling me, don't worry about anything. Everything is going to be okay. I remember mumbling and trying to talk back to them, but I don't remember anything that I said at all. So next thing you know, my mother walks in the room, and I looked at her, looked back to the chairs, and my grandmother and my aunt were gone. James says, ooh, that is super spooky. Jack says, the Mothman is a legendary winged humanoid creature with glowing red eyes. Mm-hmm. Is that from the wiki page? Brandon says, well, Tina told my mother that I had visitors. I had company. She heard multiple voices coming from my room, even though the door was closed. Don Juan Dank says, you look like Krillin. Thank you. Destructo Task. Fucking Frieza. If Frieza had been any more arrogant, difficult, Krillin could have done it. You know. Okay, I gotta look at the total number, but we'll put it here. Krillin. Put it in. Okay, give me a moment. Thank you, Juan. The Don, as we call him. Brandon says, she never came into the room because she said she did not want to disturb me and my company because she knew I was waking up right out of a surgery. She told my mother that my aunt and my grandmother were there to visit me. Jack Crow says, the Skinwalker Ranch, Utah. Okay, yeah. What of it? You got an in? What are you looking at? Okay, where's Krillin? Okay, interesting. Your vote brings us up to a very respectable 20. Very nice. Chasing Egg, Caillou. You need to do a Dr. Eggman cosplay. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Beans. It's not a bad idea at all. Brandon, and my mother told her that that was impossible because my aunt and my grandmother had both been dead for over 10 years. I knew that part was coming. Well, and everything was okay, right? Subzone says, I believe in nothing. And even if you see it, it's easy to make something up in your mind. That's true. That is very true. Brandon says, well, Tina told my mother yet again that I had company, and she heard my company. It's the witness. Never Under Pressure says, well, we can't find the Malaysian Airlines plane. That's, we haven't found it. Brandon says, so they brought all these different doctors in to see me after this whole dramatic incident they made it out to be. Oh. Tina was no longer allowed to be my nurse. For whatever the hospital's reasoning behind it, I still to this day never found out. Oh, but one doctor told me I had a near-death experience during surgery. So that's why I saw crossed over loved ones. I'm sorry. The X-Files theme is just so good. Jagveer says, just button the whole shirt, bro. It's literally 80% done. What do you think about that? Oh shit, he got me with reverse psychology. World Revenger says, when will you be LARPing as a woman on your chat account? Um, whenever you'll respond to my messages again, because I'm tired of being ghosted. Big Man India says, are you interested in Indian men at all? I don't know. How hot we talking? Brandon says, another doctor told me I was high and hallucinating from the anesthesia. KP says, you can never see a Bigfoot clearly. The photos and videos prove Bigfoot is a blurry creature. That's just how he is. Okay? Maybe he's born with it. Brandon says, and the third doctor was some type of shrink who thought I was literally going crazy. Well, technically doesn't matter. Save my life regardless. You know what I mean? Okay. That's spam. That's racist. Okay, it's all right. We're getting to it. Audrey says, are you Dr. House? No, but I did walk with a cane for a while. So I kind of felt like it. I was crabby for sure. Nurse Tina have a big bobs. Well, KP says Mothman is as a tweaker. Hater trolling dot yeah dot bitches says holy Chris Hansen, bro. Cool. Peter Vlad says, hi, what's this ad? It's not an ad. Jack says, I bet if KP, who saw Mothman, pee his pants, run like a girl. Who's that? Gabrielle says, you look like the type of dude to swallow quarters. Well, stop making them taste like. I don't know. KP says, long after my mom passed, I smelled her perfume twice, and her picture fell off the wall twice. It happened to my wife once. She heard footsteps, smelled her perfume, and then her picture fell. What is she trying to tell us? Where is the chest of gems, Mom? Having a little fun, KP. That's crazy. I've been having a lot of dreams about one of my grandmas actually. She's always in a different house, and in every dream I always have to like get to the house. I'm like lost because I recognize it's not what it is in reality. And I get there, and she's like very chipper, which is like not always how she was, but and then family's there, and then I'm always like, I know that you've already like passed on. And she's like, I know, honey, I love you. And I'm like, they don't know. And they can't see it. And she's like, so, but the house always has like some strange feature. Like the last time, and I like in the dream, I'm like on GPS on my phone, like trying to find it, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, calling the family. They're like, we're here. What are you talking about? So but it's happened multiple times. So I miss her a lot. Jam says, so I grew up at what used to be an ancient Hawaiian settlement. My mom gave birth to me at home, was resting in the bedroom with me after birth, and she said she started hearing sounds of people all around. Celebrating. Happy wives and happy wives or vibes and sounds. And she opened her eyes and said she saw 10 huge floating heads. There is a myth in Hawaii about the floating heads showing up sometimes. Jam. Are you the prophesied one? Vibes. Jam, are you the one? What's the myth? Jam, please. Jam. I'm desperate to hear this myth, okay? I have to hear it. I'm gonna flip out. All right. KP says, I had a dream of an old house with a big tree and some other outside stuff. I told my sister. She said that was a home she grew up in before I was born and showed me a picture I've never seen before. What was in the house? Jam says, I don't know much about the floating heads or when they show up, but apparently. Damn, why? Apparently what? Apparently what? Jam, 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 jam. I have a very serious interest in this story specifically. Jam says, I was the first birth to happen in that valley in hundreds of years. We just assumed they were celebrating my birth. I was also born on the same day a Hawaiian queen was born in the past. Gotta build suspense. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to flex the pecs here. I'm sorry. It was reflexive. My story is too long to do on Sunday Scaries. But I have a floating heads story. It's way too long. And that one might be locked behind some sort of gate. Yeah. Gotta build suspense, right, Jam? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to punish you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know much more about the floating heads. It's a sentence I've just never thought I would say, you know? My mom told a Hawaiian kapuna elder the story, and she was also very interested. You don't think that's worth a follow-up, Jam? God damn it. It's always the chosen ones that are like, oh, I have powers? I'll try them out eventually. Whatever. I'm teasing you, Jam. You come into your powers whenever you're good and ready, okay? I'll be there. I'm beyond interested. I'll try to look up more info about it. I'm going to try and look up more info about it. All right? Because I love you. And if there's any synchronicity at all, I'm sorry. We'll have to have a conversation. You know what I mean? So. I want to sing to you guys so bad. Bro, what's your floating head story? It's so long, Jam. The last couple times that I've told it, if I'm gonna tell like, well, not the like vivid detail version, but like the full story, it takes like 45 fucking minutes or something. So it needs its own thing, I think, you know, and it's I only want special people to know about this story. So you're special people, but you know. KP says I only saw the outside. Still pretty cool. What about the house? What happened there? Chris says, Kyle, tell us another story about your time with burlesque. I've never done burlesque, technically. Um, I've known many. I mean, I've known many burlesque dancers. It's a very common like. It's sort of a lot of times it's like a half step into the dance performance world for a lot of people. A lot of people come into burlesque with no previous training or anything like that. So very interesting. Um, sorry, it's dance, so I had to go, professor mode about it. It's it's a lot of fun, It's for me, it's I'm so beyond. Color lover says, "Do you like men?" I mean, I can't speak for an entire group like that. That's crazy. Show me some individuals. I'll let you know. Do a swipe. Yeah, someone last stream or a couple streams ago suggested doing a "Hear Me Out" video with cartoon characters. Uh, I don't know. Sounds funny. What do you like, Monsieur Lavelle? Let's see. I'm trying to think of interesting dance stories. I mean, in high school, there was a legend that a cheerleader died, or not, or maybe not even a cheerleader. Like someone like fell in the theater, like in the '60s or '70s or something, and um, they would notice all like they left the light on the stage, and this is a very common theater superstition that you need to leave a light on. Um, but people started reporting hearing things, seeing things, and one time I was the stage manager for a show, and I remember going out of the backstage area, like the staging area next to the stage where I called all the shots from. And then I closed the door, got some water, turned around, and on the window of the door into the like backstage area, someone had started writing something like in the like that. That's the closest thing I have to like a spooky story like that. Pallaway says, "Hello, infant Andrew Tate the fourth." 98 Thugs Bunny. Ooh, that is a great name. Thugs Bunny. One time one time I tried to when you go bowling and you give them a name, I tried to give them Bugs Bunny or Bugs Money or something like that. And they typed it in as Mugs. And so for the bowling game, I was Mugs Money instead of Bugs Bunny. How much men do you like? I mean, it depends on the serving size. Really, it kind of varies depending. Mary Janes says schizophrenia is a hell of a thing. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I love this. Bojack 42069. Nice name. Do you have any opinions on pregnants? I saw a pregnant today, and it was cool. I just think it's unfair that women are allowed to be pregnant, but I'm not because I'm a man. It's not really a permissions issue, Bojack, okay? Now, I don't know if you saw the movie Junior, all right, but that technology does not exist yet. So I don't know what to tell you, you know. You can keep trying. ZCVS says, "You're so adorable." Or ZCVXS. I need a better way to abbreviate that. Thank you. Joseph says, "Hi, the next time you go bowling, Put your name as Dixon Mays. I think you wanted to do Mayaz, right? Big Beats says, "Where did your chin go?" It got shy, retreated. It heard you coming, so you know, wanted to put the most important things front and forward. You know what I mean? How you doing? How are your beats? Are they sick? Where did your chin go? Oh shit, I fucking forgot. Kenneth says, Asmongold's brother? What, the better looking, successful? Well, he's more successful. Okay, but I'm going to do the bonus board over here because we've run out of room on the base board. All right. See, we have Asmongold here. Okay. Only 6 so far. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Bro looks like a human. Shit. That's not what I was going for. Jam says, one time my brother my brother and I were playing in our parents' loft, and we heard them take a phone call and rush to the cow pasture. As we climbed down the loft, the TV that was up there flew down the hole. Jam, how do you have all these stories? Flew down the hole past us. It was one of those old TVs, like a box one that would clobber you. It had been like 5 feet away from the hole. Tommy Temper Show says, is Asmongold your favorite streamer? No. Isn't he banned right now? Jam says, it turned out right then that the old farmer was passing away in the field. Damn. That's crazy, Jam. Maybe it's, maybe that crazy stuff is happening because you haven't addressed the heads, okay? They floated around you for a reason. Okay? I would just, maybe they just want to be asked. I have all these stories because of where I grew up. Sounds dope, honestly. Sounds pretty dope. Man. Maybe I'm just a seer. Also possible. Jam, what do you see when you look into my third eye? Okay. Sorry, I went off task. Look into my eye. Your volume is cooked. Too high or too low? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Kenneth? Is my volume chopped? I don't know what that means either, honestly. Still cooked. Hard to tell your third eye is still closed. Volume's fine, he's lying. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. I don't know why people do that. They'll say like no sound. Why? How you doing, Albert? Do you have any spooky stories? Do you have the Sunday scaries where you're just not ready to go to work tomorrow? Like this guy? Jam, I'm sorry. I'm trying to open it, okay? It's not fine. Jam, can you just jam a psychic crowbar in there and just pry that sucker open? Cast and blast, nice. If your third eye opened, your face would closely resemble a penis. Well, a lot of people say that without the third eye thing, so, KP says, Kyle, I hope you're not talking about your third eye being your brown eye. No. No. That's number 6. James says one time my mom was sitting on the porch with my dad and she felt him put an arm around her, but when she looked, it wasn't his arm. I would fucking bolt. I would sit the fuck up. Christ. and Jam had the audacity to do a ghost emoji. Unbelievable. These are great stories, Jam. Holy shit. Jam is rocking Sunday Scaries. It's because it was me? Oh, okay. I have no idea how to read that name. It says hi. Hi. How are you? Do you have a scary story for us? Spooky encounter? Kage says, hey, what's up? Give your PC a bit of a spin. Little performance test. Ernesto says hi. Hi. How are you, Ernesto? KP says, I hope your Mend Your Tape video wasn't a one-off. Well, you know, I don't intend on it being a one-off, but it's been pretty slow on that one, so I haven't put more thought into scripting a follow-up because I'm gonna have to take it up a notch, and I already kind of hit it hard. Albert, Albert says, one time I went to the zoo to see some monkeys and met a girl and took her home, but it turns out when I woke up, it was the monkey next to me. Oh. Ernesto says, hi, my handsome Kyle. Hi. Cass and Bless says, you seem to have a very clear manner of speaking. Thank you. It's helped with the microphone. We have not had this until recently, so. And I'm trying not to do my into the mic. See, you just said I did a good job, and now I'm breaking all the rules. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jam says, one time my brother saw an apparition float into our house, and he went stiff like a board and fell over. My mom saw it. Then my dog did too, and she was like that for hours. We thought she was dying. Oh my God. She ended up being okay, but never would go up that path by the house again. Would start to whimper and run away. Jam. Jam. This should be a TV show. Corey says, I had a friend that lost a leg to cancer, and his foot on his missing leg would always itch, and he could not scratch it. It's called phantom limb, and it would drive him nuts. Oh, I bet. I love your hairy, muscular chest. Thank you. I appreciate that. The shirt keeps wanting to fall in. Maybe we just need to take it one step further. Go even further beyond. Come on. Ooh. Okay, I gotta hide this one, Cass, but that's funny. He says the only apparitions were the ones he farted out. Okay. Oh, Hoover says a guy said he and his family were leaving the house. He forgot something, and when he went back, he saw his dog sitting upright, using a spoon, eating cereal. And the dog said, no one will believe you. Very spooky. Oh. Albert says, one time when I went to my friend's house to hang out, but when we were done hanging out, I went home. Terrifying. Ernesto says something I think this is a mistranslation, but it's saying it turned out super charming and sexy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jam said, so I had a dream once I was being followed by a shadow figure. Someone mentioned that earlier. I kept trying to get away, then I decided to confront it and see what it was. And as I looked closer, I realized it was me. It was a fully blacked out shadow version of myself. You could say I did a lot of inner work after that dream. Christ. You had the Dagobah cave experience where Darth Vader's you? Jam. I shall go now, and I apologize for my immaturity. But I dig your vibe and shall return. It's okay. You can be immature. I just don't want to read certain comments out loud or have the text get detected by some auto bullshit. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Ernesto says, Kyle, you are so handsome and super charming. Thank you. Hoover says, how many people, period, do you think are passing by being force-fed cake? Like in a dungeon somewhere. Yeah. I guess a non-zero number, right? That's the best I can give you, though. Because if you can think of it, probably. Cass says, it's understood. Peace, brother. May peace be with you. I'm trying to think of any other... I don't have a lot of stories like that. And honestly, I had totally forgotten about the writing on the window of when I was doing the theater thing. I'd forgotten about that for years. I haven't talked about that in a long time. He looks so handsome in that green shirt. Thank you. Hoover says, I saw a story today about a duck that saved a dog from depression, and they became best friends. What was their names? Oh, that's so really cute. I love animals. Dogs, cats. Ducks are, they're kind of cute, but they get kind of weird, with the strange anatomy they have. If you know, you know. The Sunday Scaries. I haven't really been like scared a lot. But part of that is because I embrace very questionable things, Do you speak English? I do. I do speak English. And it's translating for you. So if it ever gets off, it might be that. Jam says, OMG, so about 4 years ago, I was living at this place with all my chickens, and every night I had to go out and get my roosters from the trees and put them away so it didn't piss off the neighbors. One night, it started. I was on the ladder grabbing a rooster and I saw a shadowy figure. But when I looked, it didn't go away, like when you see something out of the corner of your eye. Jam, it's crazy, Jam. Let me pinch that nip. It's going to be difficult. I mean, you can zoom on it if you want. That's sort of a reverse pinch, but that's kind of the best we can do right now. I'm sorry. KP says, when I was around 12, my friends and I went to the bunkers in Ilwaco, Washington at night. I don't know what that is. We heard like a marching sound, and a voice whispered, hello, hello, in my ear. We then heard cranking sounds, and we like, cranking sounds? That's not good. Anything that has to be cranked before you get put into it is not good. Chris says, wow, so you must really hate horses. Goodbye, horse. Linux says, oh shit, I didn't realize the chat translated it for you. Oh yeah. YouTube's got AI everywhere. Jam says, and that kept happening for weeks until I moved out. Sometimes there are more than one. Oh my God, Jam. I would have tried to confront them for sure. What do you want? Albert says, one time in my town, I was walking along the sidewalk and met this guy. I asked his name and he said, Mr. Murderman. Yeah, I'm sure, Albert. I wrote that in Chinese. I know. See, a lot of times when it gives me a little, like Ernesto, it's translated for me. Como amo sus peitoral peludo. I probably butchered that, but he said, how I love your furry chest. Thank you. I appreciate that. Will says, yuck, gross. Well, Will, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Where there's a will, there's a way to scroll along if you don't like it, okay? If you don't like the meat show. Hoover says, I knew this guy who lived behind the dumpsters at KFC. He used to poop in a bucket and throw it at the train tracks. Well, you know, you got to find entertainment. Hoover says, if you're being harassed in your home, just start peeing all over the place. Well, I mean, I guess, but like, I have so many other options. If someone's already in my place and harassing me, I feel like pissing is like, honestly, it's kind of a weak statement. It's dominant, but like, it's not really damaging. It's just going to incite a fight, you know? I meant like non-living beings. Oh, start pissing. Why? What if they start following suit? What if you get ectoplasm everywhere? I don't think you're thinking this through, Hoovers. I disrespect the shadow figure. Bolder than I am. Again, I tried to make a deal. All right. KP says, good night, Colin, everyone. It's always great hanging out and chatting. Thank you for joining us for Sunday Scaries. I'm going to be on for maybe 20, 30 more minutes, but I definitely have to finish some things, you know. So I have to go put on my shadow figure suit and go haunt some people, you know. It's getting dark, so. Thank you, KP. I love you. Bye. Sorry, did I crush the microphone? Is this good? Is this good? Wonderful. Thank you. What's the word for wonderful? Maravilloso. Oh. Corey says, if you want to see something scary, go look at all the addicts at Skid Row. Jam says, good night, Kyle and chat. Good night, Jam. Thank you for all of your stories. I'm going to be looking into the heads thing, okay? So we'll circle back to that, okay? I appreciate you, Jam. You're leaving, right? Not right now. No. I'm leaving in a little bit. KP left, though. I was reading KP's comment. So Jam might not be leaving. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have started a whole thing. Oh, okay, I will wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm making this video to apologize. God, can you imagine I have to make an apology video at some point? Don't ever say that again to me. I will find out where you live and do PG-13 things to you. You want a guardian involved? Good night, my friend. Mwah. Mara says, well, half an hour. In the last half an hour, my dog pooed everywhere. On our toilet mat, in the living room, absolutely chewed my stepdad's cup coaster to shreds. Left it all over the couch and floor. So that's where I've been. Physically and emotionally. Yeah. Holy shit, Mars, that's great. Oh, I'm sorry. Ernesto says, Kyle, you're so handsome. I love your beard. Thank you. I'm letting it grow in a little bit. I've been doing very short kind of Tate beards. Did it for a few streams. I also kept my beard short because it's warm. So I might go, Mars, you missed all my spookies. That's true, Mars. This might be one to go back and rewatch. Jam dropped a ton of really main character coded lore. Okay, Jam's the chosen one. She's, really doesn't have a ton of urgency in moving on her magical potential, but we're gonna try and fix that. Okay. KP says, do you not want to know what I can do to you with your lightsaber? I'm curious. I know it's your bedtime. But what color would it be when you did the things? Hoover says, what did you feed your dog? What kind? Wet, solid, big difference. The cleanup process. I can't believe I'm reading this stuff. Mars says, it's not even the worst part. It rolled under the couch, so I had to get the mop. I'm sorry, Mars. One of many reasons I don't have a pet. Maybe next time, Jam. Jam says, like, what could it be, Kyle? Help me unlock that potential. I want this for you, Jam. Well, I want it for me too, but you got the thing at birth. That's very Jam, that's got to be Pry 1, okay? Corey says, I think ghosts and demons are actually interdimensional aliens. Oh, interesting theory. Good night for real. Take care, buddy. You too, KP. Thank you for joining us. Let's look at this. Let's look at this shit. Okay. All right. Mars says, I'm still yet to clean it up. I was trying to sleep and heard her absolutely running all around the house downstairs. And that's what I come down to at 3:30 in the morning. That's fucking bonkers, dude. Oh my God. And if you leave it, it's going to be worse, but like, you're going to do it now and you're not going to sleep, right? That was supposed to say I'm still yet to clean it all up. Oh. Just looking at it, I'm sorry, Mars. It's a terrible thing to have to deal with, but as a story, Ernesto says, Kyle, what very hairy and very beautiful legs. Thank you. They're all right. My getaway sticks, they're pretty good. Only superpower I have is animals love me, wild or not. Ooh, that's a superpower. The power of heart from Captain Planet. Mars Mello says, I've cleaned most of it. Shit happens. That's right. So, says, you seem cool. Sunglasses. Well, these ones still have the fucking sticker on. Thank you. Mars says, shit happens, or in my case, dog shit. Hoover says, I remember when I ate 20 hot dogs, and later I puked all over the bathroom floor. It was pink everywhere. Everywhere was pink. Oh my God, Hoovers. Oh, Jam says, if I disappear, it's because my friend said she was going to call me sick. Okay, no problem. Well, and if you try and come back and we're not here, just know that I'm pre-sorry in that event. Mars says, it was diarrhea as well. Okay. So says, do you play games? I do. I do play games. I was playing Marvel Rivals for a while. Rogue, Doctor Strange, Cyclops, Loki. Those are my big ones. Mars coming out with the best IRL horror story of the night. That's true. That truly would scare me. Is at 3:30 in the morning, having to deal with a river of shit. At least it was on her mat. She was getting in the correct place. P was in the living room. She's trying. Oh, she's trying. He looks so handsome with those glasses. Thank you. I feel like the aviators are big because my face is very small. Like my face is technically just right here, and then you have all of this, right? So the aviators might be a bit much. I have other ones. Let's see what we look like with regular glasses. Oh. Hoover says, did you ever have dog poop baggy fights, like use a garbage can lid as a shield? No. You know, I can't say that I have had those sorts of fights. Hoovers. Corey says, Al Bundy says women and dog crap are the same. The older they get, the easier they are to pick up. Oh my God. Okay, this is me with like sort of nerd glasses, okay? I'm doing a very serious face, but they're too big, I think. They're still a little too big. What else do I have? I have grandma glasses, but I don't know if they're here. I have grandma glasses. Survey says. No, but I might have. Yeah, okay. They're smaller glasses. That's right. Mars says, unfortunately for me, Jam, I just happen to be the only one awake. Of course. Yeah. And maybe people are pretending. Have you ever considered that? Jam says, no, but growing up we played doo-doo ball. Basically dodgeball after the ball rolled in dog shit. Oh my God. Mars said, oh, I almost forgot I haven't said the very worst part. Oh, good. So it says, do you think the devil is real? Nah. No, I think there was it was like a stage play or something that had the red horns and everything, and it just got co-opted. Oh, Mars, when I came downstairs, I was barefoot, and I stood in the pee. Jam says, sorry, Mars. Thank you, Jam. Ernesto says, my Superman. Right? Do I look unrecognizable because I have glasses on? That's me ascending as I fly up, right? The glasses aren't helping your Glenn Powell look, not gonna lie. Not helping? You can kind of see the reflection. Wendy says hello. Hi, Wendy. How you doing? Dixon Mayaz says, you're the Chud archetype. Really? Really? Yeah? Well, you know what else I am? I'm King Chud. Okay? And you're paying the tax for being in the kingdom. Harish says, who else just crapped this man out? You, what? What? Looking good with those glasses. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I took them off. I'm not going to show that, Harish. Chickens, sorry. Jam says, Kyle, have you ever seen the show Bones? You look like that one science guy in that show. Superman King Kyle. Ooh. Hodgkins, that's the one. Let's look him up, okay? Okay, hold on. Hodgkins from Bones. Hodgkins, Bones. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I could see it if I had hair, yeah. All right. Do you want that to be your vote, Jam? I'm going to give you the opportunity to hold it. Horatius spamming some things. Yeah, we're just going to be done with that. Corey says your side profile looked kind of like Mr. Mackey from South Park. That's hilarious. Okay. No, I just realized I kept wondering for weeks who you reminded me of. Oh. I've only seen clips from Bones where she's just like, but did we check the etc. bone? And they're like, oh, fuck, no. Or they're like, no. Why would there be any information in the bones? And then she's like, actually, I have all the information from the bones. Okay, so we're going to go Hodgkins. You didn't want this as your vote. I kind of want it. Okay, I'm sorry. Jam, I'm a little baked. I'm a little tired. So. Do you forgive me, Jam? Why does it takes some of the cuteness out of the. All right, I'm sorry, Jam. You can keep Hodgkins as a vote. I don't mind. Thank you. Okay, I'll put it back. Hoovers. I think Satan is different from Lucifer. Both are evil, but in opposite forms. Lucifer wants to bring humanity into false spiritual pride, while Satan wants a cold, materialistic, earthly bondage. The etc. bound. I couldn't think of one fast enough, Jam. Didn't Satan used to be an angel? Yes, the most beautiful of angels. Okay, we're gonna put Hodgkins back up there. Okay, thank you, Jam. And Jam, if you want to cast another vote, you have another one, okay? Hodgkins. From Bones. Thank you, Jam. I don't get another vote. Oh, Mars, it's really because if you had multiple votes, you would use all of them. And, you know, I like a little bit of bending the numbers. And Mars, there will be times where I'll give you a second vote, okay? But tonight it's Jam. Okay, then Stepdad is my second vote. His name is Scott, by the way. Really? That's interesting. Stepdad Scott. We get a lot of Scots in the chat. Ooh, okay. I'm going to update this now in the log. Very nice. And we have to find a place on the main board. Okay. We have to. All right, where are we going to do it? Maybe here? Yeah. We have to keep these, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, that's what's going. Where is my instrument? Stepdad Scott. 5 on the board. I love it. Oh my gosh. Guys. guys are incredible. Maybe just put Scott and leave people wondering who the hell Scott is. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll redo the boards sometime between next stream, and that'll be our little inside, one of our inside jokes. Corey says, you know the Statue of Liberty is actually a statue of Lucifer? Really? In what way? Mars says, I think one of my comments isn't being allowed. Oh, it moved it. Indeed, I'd vote them all for Glenn Powell. I hope Andrew Tate gets bummed in prison. Oh, Mars. I think he's asking to be bummed. Ernesto says, I'm your #1 fan, Kyle. I don't know. Jam currently has the #1 tag. And usually, a lot of times it's Respect or Mars or Brandon or... I appreciate your passion. Okay? I haven't even done a pose down, have I, Ernesto? I haven't. I've been stingy. Okay, hold on. All right. Because if we're getting close to the end of stream, we're going to need, a pump check. It's because of my spookies. It was a lot of typing. That's right. A lot of work. Carrying the scaries. Mars says, oh, I didn't have all messages showing. Yeah, it defaults to top every time. Lieutenant Dark. Holy shit. Welcome, Lieutenant Dark. A very deep OG. Today I accidentally went into the wrong car and a lady was in it and freaked out. I felt so bad. That's pretty scary, Lieutenant Dark. What a great addition to Sunday Scaries. Holy shit, that's crazy. Well, and they make the keys so similar that a lot of times, like, you can beep someone else's car or it's unlocked because she's in it. Oh my God. And it's hard to explain, like, this was an accident, So, wild. Very scary. Okay, I'm gonna move the mic over here. How's the lighting? It's not super favorable. Okay, so let's get the good lights on. Tired, chat. I said I'm tired. Chat. Where is this? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was unlocked. Mari says, you kind of look like a mediocre Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, look, I'd be a way better Sith than Kylo Ren and a better combatant, okay? But he definitely has a broader chest than I do, so come on. Hold up, let's do a fun little experiment. No, the chest hair is not enough to suspend the microphone, unfortunately. What does this say? Hoover says, a few years ago in traffic, this woman was driving a roof-down convertible. I rolled the window down and stared at her and belched for 5 seconds. She enjoyed it. I'm sure she did. The mic. The mic. The mic. Mars says, humor me with some Andrew Tate talk. Oh my God. I'm getting bummed in prison because I'm so alpha. I attract all the men. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Ooh. Oh, shit. Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, my gourd. Search of the Flying Spaghetti Squash Monster. Okay. All right. Can you do Tristan? I don't really know. I've really only watched the bare minimum. Clip the mic to your chest here. I tried. I did. I love seeing you shirtless. Thank you, Ernesto. A lot of people do. That's why I keep doing it. Also, it's hot as fuck. Lieutenant Dark says, "Did you ever move forward or start to move forward with the idea of starting your own gym dojo?" No, Lieutenant Dark, you missed some lore. Um, I'm gonna get through the other comments and then I'll catch you up. Jam says this was scary, but not in a supernatural way. A few weeks ago, one of the dogs got out and went for the pigs. Ate massive boars. Oh my god, who roamed the property? He got gored. Oh, baby. Oh. So my fiance ran over and held it shut. Oh my god! I got him in the car. We had to drive 30 minutes to the closest vet. Dog is fine now. Are you kidding me, Jam? Holy shit! Use the lion's tooth. I should, but we're gonna. This stream's gonna be pretty short. We're gonna use the tiger's tooth tomorrow for sure for the workout. Because even though it's gams, those will be exposed. But you know how we do. Let's see. Hoovers, when's the last time you did something you never did before? Hmm. I don't know. I do that kind of stuff very frequently, though, so probably not that long ago. Um, I regularly do surprising things. Chris says, oh, use the lines too. Mars says, probably when he didn't do something he did do. Right, yes. Corey says, I bet Andrew Tate had a honey bun waiting for him on his pillow when he got to jail. And I bet you he swallowed that thing whole, okay? Like a dog. All right, let's see what the back looks like. Okay, like this. Let's do a little spread. Oh, I'm tired. I don't know if I was in the correct light. Lieutenant Dark says, I only really watch streams that are on my shorts. You just happen to pop up again. Interesting. Pedro pinned it. And now I'm curious about this lore. Oh, thank you, Ernesto. Yeah, so essentially, I kept trying to do the karate thing, and it kept fucking my back up. Like I did like an axe kick explanation. I didn't even really go for it. Fuck my back up for weeks. I did this move, like a chopping thing, and it fucked up a nerve in my neck, and it only recently stopped messing with me, and that was like 2 months ago or more. So it's hurting me so fucking much, and it's just not worth it to destroy my body. So I can't keep having nerve issues. So I'm doing more, you know, lifting, muscle work. I can't the heavy impacts. I can't do it anymore. I'm like my skeleton's so messed up. I need to like preserve it and be very gentle with it because yeah. White Myron. Hoover says, "Do you know what jelking is?" Vaguely, but not specifically. Lieutenant Dark says, "Oh yikes!" Yeah, and it was like, I didn't want to end up like fucking Boss Rutan, where his one arm is fucked up because of the nerve shit in his neck, and like it's it was like such an uphill climb, and I've little lore dump. I've always like fought what is easy, and I always go for like the most difficult thing to my detriment. And I just like it kept happening. Like every time I would like put the gi on and just do a little kata, I'd fuck myself up. So it's like it's not worth. I just can't move that explosively anymore. I'm gassy. I'm not emotional. I just can't move like that anymore. So it's just I need to be gentle. I need to work on strength, core stability. And um, so that's and honestly, if I can't participate in something, I'm gonna have a real hard time doing in like teaching that thing full time because then I can't demonstrate it, right? That's the other problem is like I can't demonstrate side kicks anymore, or head kicks. You know, those are fucking me up. So it's like I just keep losing things that I'm able to do rapidly, and it's like, you know. Mars says, "I didn't. If I didn't know you or know your name was Kyle, I'd swear by it that you're Weapon 11." Oh, thank you. Maybe they'll maybe they'll cast me in an alternate universe, you know, where I can be Bald Logan or something. Hoover says, "What's the longest you've gone without eating food?" Um, Probably like 36 hours, maybe. Gino says boxing. What? What about boxing? Are you a boxer, Gino? Mars says, "Did Jam go?" I don't think so. Corey says, "I want to spar a bunch of." Why? That's like it's 2026. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think late 90s you could have done something like that. Mars says, "Bald Logan. If anything, you'd be Weapon Glenn Powell. I can be his stunt double, right? His muscle double, so he doesn't have to work out." I used to box. Oh man, crazy. Are you? Do you have you stopped for like injury reasons or other reasons, or are you still a boxer? Well, are you still anything? You know, like because I used to kickbox too. That was a lot of fun, honestly. The sparring was really great, but and God forbid I get clocked and like spin my neck and throw something out. I'm fucked. So I just can't do it. Hoover says it can happen, but that's a South America or Southeast Asian location based activity. Is it really? I don't believe you. I I believe you're being facetious with us. Let's see how big we can get that shit. My arms have grown like half a fucking inch in like two less than 2 weeks almost. It's nuts. If you had a cowboy hat on, you'd be Chuck Norris's twin. You think? I don't need the red. I think our hair patterns are a little different too. You know, he's got some, but the red hair is so much lighter. I think it doesn't catch the light as well. You know, you kind of look like an Asian Robert De Niro. Man, it's this and yeah. I totally understand. I see it. I see it. So the sound isn't that good, right? When it's down here, can you guys still hear me? Only slightly, but it's got to be easier and cheaper to go outside of America. I get that's the case with everything. Of course, I think they still have that kind of wrestling down in Mexico. They well, you know, yeah, I guess they have a lot of stuff down there that it's a lot more difficult to get up and running here. Yes, yes, thank you. We'll do another five, an easy five, and then I think we'll call it for tonight. I gotta eat. Gotta keep these arms growing, you know? I gotta get stretch marks on the stretch marks. They have that kind of wrestling in Chicago. Really? I mean, Chicago, yeah, that makes sense. Notorious says, let's go. I don't know if you wanted to sing it, but you know where you are. Okay. How you doing, Notorious? You caught us the last 5 minutes of stream. Right at the good stuff. What time is it for you where you are? Are you talking to me? Here it's 9, it's almost 9:30. No, don't leave me. It's currently 5:26 for me. Mars. Well, if you hadn't had the incident with the dog, I would maybe chastise you about staying up, but I understand, Your adrenaline's probably fucking going. Poor thing. I'm sorry, Notorious. How was your weekends? Okay, not bad. Not bad. These pants don't really pull up super easy. You know, we got a little going on. Okay. Okay. Hope Adam's still here for that little show. Lieutenant Dark says, "Well, have a nice night, man. I gotta go to bed. It's almost midnight here." Well, thanks for stopping by, Lieutenant Dark. Feet reveal. There have been a lot on this channel, honestly. Greco-Roman calves. Oh, thank you. I have a decent like. It's the soleus beneath. I mean, this is fine. You know, it's shapely. That's great. You know, but it's that second level you can see. See, this is the top one. It's very thin, and then but that second level is where I got most of the meat. Okay, when you're piecing me up later, talking screenshots. Yeah, talk about it or don't. I assume there's some. Hoover says, "Are you an Irish or a Scottish?" I'm a Scottish. Okay, and I don't have my kilt on me. It's in storage. I got to get it out of storage because that would be a great outfit to rock, especially with the muscles. You know, kilt. Get the fucking sword. I have swords. Taking screenshots. I knew it. You were in Expendables as both Glenn Powell and Chuck Norris at the same time. The costume changes were ridiculous. God, I remember I had this costume change for a show where I did a voiceover that I pre-recorded and we played while I was off stage. But I went off stage, had to immediately get rid of everything, put on a full suit, like a full tux, essentially. Um, get my hair, I had hair, slicked back, styled, combed, and then back out in like a minute 15 or something like that. It was bonkers. I had a team that helped me. You're Scottish? I mean, not like by birth, but a couple generations up, it's Scottish. Notorious says my autocorrect is the best. Marshmallow says I kind of see the Adam Driver thing. I think it's the nose. It's 100% the nose. Um, eyes a little bit, but we're not. It's not exactly. Jam says, "Okay, phone call is done. Thank God. I thought the want. I thought she wanted to hang out. I don't want to go out, but she was just telling me about the storm that's coming. Yeah? Did you tell her about the Space Jam that's coming? Mars is quarter Italian. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Oh, the nice thing about the bulk is you eventually start looking more muscular when you aren't flexing, and that's nice because I'm tired. Oh, but it's going good. I mean, it's going real good. What kind of Italian? Okay, Hoovers. Jam says, I'm Jewish mostly. Mostly. 99%. The other 1%? Okay, it's clam. I'm sorry. You can be whatever you want. Mars says, wish it was full, but wish it was full but with Scouse accent. Hoover says, what kind of Jewish? Jam says, Ashkenazi. Jam's the chosen one in like 50 different ways, it seems like. Hoover says I'm half. Oh, cool. Mars, I don't know what kind of Italian. Didn't mean that at the end. It's that autocorrect. YouTube's trying to speak for you. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Birds of a feather. All right, I got to get dinner. Thank you for making my Sunday scaries so pleasurable. It was so nice. Maybe Sicilian? Maybe? I'm sorry. Is that racist to do that to an Italian? I'm sorry. Oh, I love you guys. You guys crack me up. Um, very fun. Jam. Good night, bro. Thank you, Notorious. I appreciate you. Mwah. Um, I'll be streaming again tomorrow night. We'll be doing legs. We'll be focusing on the glutes and adductors. Okay, so check that out. Tuesday, we'll see if my throat is recovered. Wink, enough to do the grandma thing. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate all of you. Jam says good night, Kyle and Chad. I'm so glad I was able to hang out tonight. Me too. You get a lot done and you're still hanging out with us. It's amazing. Oh, bye everyone. Good night, Glenn Powell. Good night, Kyle. Grandma thing. Well, Hoovers, you'll have to see. It'll happen at some point soon-ish. You'll know immediately. Okay, so don't you worry. It'll be fun. Okay, I love you all. I'm so glad we have the microphone now. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, this is so nice. I'm sorry. I just wanna, you know, I want you all to be little birds, and I give them all kisses. Okay. I love you all. We'll see some of you tomorrow night for games. Eskimo kiss. Oh, thank you. R.I.P. my granny. She got hit with bazooka. Oh my god. Tweet tweet. Thank you, Mars. Oh, notorious. and then kiss emojis. Perfect. Okay. Well, rip granny, and all of the spirits that haunted all of us in these stories. Okay. Look out for the Shadow Man tonight. Okay. Call for me in your dreams. I'll try and find you. Okay. I love you. Mwah. Good night. Good night.